Jamaica is one of the most influential black countries on this planet Earth. On this planet Earth, hands down, Jamaicans is one of the most influential people on this planet that will stand against anything. I don't care. Back in the day, everyone had to claim to be Jamaican to be accepted. I don't care. Nowadays, everyone's being accepted. Everybody's music is being accepted. Everything's being accepted. But we were standing out when none of us was being accepted. When they weren't even accepting black music, when they weren't even accepting them spaces, we were still standing out there and telling people exactly who we were and what we represent. And that is the reason why we stand as one of the most influential countries on this planet. And I don't care what nobody says, because we're a country of 3 million people. We're a country of 3 million people, and we influence from our lands all the way that way and all the way that way. Okay? So I just want to shout out. To all my Jamaicans, and I just wanted to shout out to all the people that love Jamaica.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to my YouTube space. I am the Kenyan Beast, and I'm doing it the African way every day, every time. And I hope you are doing great wherever you are watching this video from, because the video I'm going to do to you is a great one. Now, Jamaicans, brothers, I love you so much, and you have been my fans for so long, and I appreciate you for being here. And this video is somehow touching Jamaicans, because there is a Jamaican saying that Jamaicans are the most influential black community or black country in the world. Personally, I don't disagree, but I think the way she kept it, some people will get it in a negative way, but personally I agree. Jamaica is one of the most influential black country in Africa, not in Africa alone, but in the world, because of their culture and everything, and how they are so much vocal on the world. And one thing for sure, Africa, when we were growing up, Jamaica was on our head. Even right now, people, they know Jamaican. In Caribbean, they only know Jamaica. That's for sure. I've been in the street. You have seen my videos being in the street, interviewing people and asking them the Caribbean countries they know. And they were like, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. Most of them, they know about Jamaica. And the message I'm going to pass here, I don't want you to take it in a wrong way. It's educative message. As far as Jamaica is more influential, but some people who are passing this message, they are passing it in a way that other black people are nothing. Like when you see someone saying we are influential in a way that he or she wanna provoke other black people to be seen as like they don't have anything. And okay, before you judge me, I want you to watch this video. Watch this video, and then we will continue so that we know what we are trying to talk about here. But more love to Jamaica.
And somebody please explain to me. And I don't want to hear it from no Jamaicans. I don't want to hear it. And you over there, you better just hush, because I don't want to hear none either. Why is it that as soon as you tell somebody you're from the Caribbean, they automatically assume, or this is a response then, oh yeah, I've been to Jamaica. Like what? Like y'all really think that Jamaica is the only Caribbean island that there is? Don't get me wrong. Technically, I'm like Jamaican by marriage, It's but that's not the point in this. That's not the point here. Why is it that people always assume that if you're from the Caribbean, you're from Jamaica? Like, it's not the only Caribbean island. Anyways, all your updates. My husband said that Jamaica put themselves on the map. So I'm just gonna let y'all deal with him in the comments, because I don't really have the energy today.
Jamaica is one of the most influential black countries on this planet Earth. On this planet Earth, hands down, Jamaicans is one of the most influential people on this planet that will stand against anything. I don't care. Back in the day, everyone had to claim to be Jamaican to be accepted. I don't care. Nowadays, everyone's being accepted. Everybody's music is being accepted. Everything's being accepted. But we were standing out when none of us was being accepted. When they weren't even accepting black music, when they weren't even accepting them spaces, we were still standing out there and telling people exactly who we were and what we represent. And that is the reason why we stand as one of the most influential countries on this planet. And I don't care what nobody says, because we're a country of 3 million people. We're a country of 3 million people, and we influence from our lands all the way that way and all the way that way. Okay? So I just want to shout out. To all my Jamaicans, and I just wanted to shout out to all the people that love Jamaica.
I saw someone tweet the other day that Dua Lipa was in Jamaica, And then somebody replied that Jamaica's the perfect place for celebrities because we're literally not fighting over them. And it got me thinking, how did celebrity culture miss Jamaica? Being a small island, you would expect that when celebrity come here, we'll just run them down. Don't. But from birth, we've always been told that nobody no better than we. And it's true. We lick about with Talawa. We know that secretly everybody wants to be Jamaican. And I guess that means that we are in fact the real celebrities. Who don't like it, bite it.
Jamaican culture is a vibe. Can you tell me, why are Jamaican people excellent at everything?
Girl,
but literally,
it's in our DNA.
Everything. Like, what is in the water? Like, what is in the in the genetics? Like, whether you go into athletics, whether you go into entertainment, whether you're doing behind the scenes, like whatever it is, like something about being Jamaican is the sauce.
We just love being the best at things. Like,
is that what it is?
And we just want to do things really well, and we're kind of relentless, and we don't stop.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. I don't know where we get like the tenacity from, but we have the tenacity and the audacity.
And the audacity.
I
know, because I was in New York for 10 years. I didn't live in Brooklyn where I feel like I could have gotten it, or even in Queens where I feel like I could have gotten it even more. But I feel like you just get like crazy respect for like Jamaican culture, food, vibes, people.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's what's great about like Toronto, New York, is that you're so immersed in it. Yeah. I would say Toronto is more heavy on Jamaican culture. In my experience in Brooklyn, it's more a variety of Caribbean cultures. Like, it's a good mix.
Okay.
But Toronto is very heavy on like Jamaican specific culture.
It's a small nation, but it's made such a massive impact on the world, from Bob Marley to food to culture. Why do you think that is?
If you want to go into history, I think we just come from a rebellious people, in a sense that you can't force us to do anything. But if it's something that we want to do, that same energy and rebellious nature, it will be powered and pushed into something creativity. Music is about a beat, it's a rhythm. And the rhythm of being Jamaican is all about just pushing yourself forward. And no matter where you come from, no matter the hardships you come from, just striving forward and making the best of it.
We got a lot of love from Africa, and we curated our own, vibe in Jamaica where we had to share with the rest of the world. It's a beautiful place, When you go there, you feel the love, you feel the temperature, you see the waters, you wake up every day and it's a beautiful smile on your face. That's why Bob Marley has a song, Smile in Jamaica.
I just think they were true to themselves, and they was putting that stuff that they felt strongly about and passionate about. I think it just resonated with the world, and sometimes certain themes are universal, and I think they just tapped into that, and that's what they focus on. And there we are, like many years later, and Jamaica is like one of the most influential places out there. So
when you study the history of the Ma'afa, the transatlantic slave trade, many of those who were brought to Jamaica came from the Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Congo region. That is a very unapologetic fight to the death region. Some of the ethnic kingdoms in that region, the white man didn't even want to enslave them because it was too difficult to break them. Jamaicans still have that spirit. They are indomitable as a people. It's no coincidence that it was a Jamaican bookman who went to Haiti and led the Haitian Revolution. You understand? When you look at Nani, when you look at Cujo and Akangpong and all those revolutionary Jamaicans, it's no coincidence that they had so many revolutionaries on that island, because they brought that African spirit that can never be broken. And if African people are going to be free, geographically in the Caribbean or globally across the world, Jamaica will play a role in it. Just like when I go to Africa, I say it all the time. In order for Africa to be free, Nigeria will have to play a role in it because of their indomitable spirit. You can see that the Jamaicans and the Nigerians have the same blood. It's like, it's undeniable. So number one, that spirit of revolution. And then when you take the Rasta culture and what that did, and when you take Bob Marley's success in reggae and what that did, and of course the greatest Pan-Africanist and greatest organizer of all time, Marcus Garvey, coming from Jamaica, and others, you understand. But I think when you look at their national heroes and the Pan-African impact that they had, Bob Marley was a Pan-Africanist. The Rastafari are Pan-Africanists. Marcus Garvey, the father of modern Pan-Africanism. John Brown Russwurm, the revolutionaries that came over out of there. Even to the slave revolt leaders, Sam Sharp, Paul Bogle. When you look at the Pan-Africanist nature that is at the foundation of the revolutionary Jamaican spirit, it helps you to understand why they are so feared and loved around the world. You know, they're so unapologetic that when some people are trying to kick off revolutionary movements, if they're not sincere, they will scream for the Jamaicans. They want to make sure I don't have no Jamaicans in this, because I know when the Jamaicans come, they come to war. They come to fight. You don't invite the Jamaicans unless you're sincere. You understand? Because I would probably say per capita, you know, they're some of the greatest revolutionaries that the race has ever produced.
That brings me to Jamaica and its influence worldwide, right? Yes. Because I mean, Jamaicans, they have this saying, "Little but we talawa."
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Definitely, little but we talawa.
Love
that
it.
Is it.
So explain to us what that means, first of all.
Little but we talawa meaning, even though we're small, talawa, the word talawa is like, we've done so much.
Right.
The greatness of big stuff. Our culture has impacted other cultures. People just love Jamaica. They love the language, they love the food, they love the ambience, they love the breeze, the beach, the tree, everything. Yeah. The chicken, the curry, the ackee, the saltfish, the breadfruit, the roast banana, them love everything. Like, we've really just created such a massive,
literally, yes,
massive impact world.
If it wasn't for Caribbeans, it wasn't for West Indian Caribbeans, there would be no hip hop.
Man, get out of here! You gotta be out of your mind, man.
Where would hip hop be without Caribbean Americans? There wouldn't be no hip hop.
Toasting on the mic, that's rhyming. We wouldn't have the whole hip hop culture.
Come from? Who originate rapping? Who originate rapping? Jamaican. A Jamaican originate rapping. A Jamaican bring rapping to New York.
Come all the way out the bag and be very blunt with it. The Jamaican and Puerto Rican contributions to hip hop is negligible. What do I mean by that?
And the Yankee them pick it up. Yeah, you never hear about Kool Herc. You never hear about him. Where the great Busta Rhymes come from? Where did he come from? You remember the great Shinehead? And many more famous rappers from Jamaica, where I know mention.
The reason why Me and Spliff was so magical is because that's the beautiful thing about the way we was molded and shaped from a cultural standpoint. Like, we Caribbean niggas. I'm a Jamaican nigga, he a Trinidadian nigga. So the showmanship that we displayed, a lot of that shit come from dancehall culture. And I don't think people really understand this whole hip hop shit was birthed from Jamaica. Like, Kool Herc is a Jamaican nigga, you get what I'm saying? The whole concept of having big ass speakers stockpiled on top of each other and playing loud ass music outside, that come from Jamaica. That's dancehall culture.
I interviewed NLE Choppa, right? He's a young rapper. He's 19 years old, right? And he's from Jamaican descent. I think like his mother is Jamaican or something like that. And we were just talking about hip hop, and I was saying, oh, Kool Herc is Jamaican, right? The inventor of hip hop and so forth. And from what I understand, he took some of the sensibilities of Jamaican dancehall and so forth and applied it with American music and created hip hop out of that. And this whole thread started about like Jamaicans had nothing to do with hip hop. That's Vlad is trying to change the narrative. And I'm like, the guy's Jamaican. Like, that's established. He's Jamaican. Right. And if you look at Jamaican dance parties, they do kind of resemble what these parties, you know, with guys on the mic and so forth. Like, that wasn't being done in the U.S. originally. It was a Jamaican thing. It was a reggae thing. And I'm like, yeah, he took some of that style and created hip-hop with it. I don't see the problem with me giving props to Jamaicans.
Jamaicans and like reggae and that influenced the whole world. Personally, like I think a lot of culture that has come from over there. You get me? That's like, even the way the man them dress and that, from like in Bridge, everyone's loud, like super loud. Like, you get me? That's a yard man thing.
What Fat Joe learned lean back from then?
Well, I learned lean back from I studied Missy, how she did songs around that time, and really the whole reggae movement. But it was like single to play. Around away.
Oh yeah.
They was rocking with all that, right? The Elephant Man and all that. And so I was like, yo, I gotta do like the Jamaicans, man. They making these songs that everybody's doing the dance to. So that was really the influence of Lean Back, all in
A lot of Americans, I think, they look at Jamaica and they think like Bob Marley. They think cruise ship to Kingston.
That's Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. Those are the tourist areas.
And that's what a lot of Americans think of when they think of Jamaica, but that's not the true experience.
That's why when you go down to the resorts, they tell you don't leave the resort because anything outside the resort, you make yourself fair game.
Right.
You know.
And the gang situation there, they respect the tourist areas. They don't really.
Oh no, they don't go around there because they don't care. It's the same all over the world. I mean, as far as just like in New York, when the cocaine first came, it was all right when it stayed in the black neighborhoods and blacks was doing it. But when the whites came to the black neighborhoods to cop the drugs, to do it, to bring it back to the white neighborhood, now we have a problem.
The government doesn't care if black people, but as soon as white people get involved, then all of a sudden it's a big problem. The government kind of turns a blind eye. The police.
Yeah, because it's all about money. They protect the ones that's voting and paying taxes.
There's not another country in the world that has people as confident as Jamaicans. Let me tell you this.
This is so true.
Let me tell you, every Jamaican is the most confident person in the world.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
One thing I noticed with Jamaican people, when they go into a room, whether this is a doctor's office, a supermarket, a mall, they act like they own this shit. They act like they are the doctor.
Yeah.
They act like, I came here to check you. I didn't come here for the doctor to check me. That's how Jamaicans act.
It's crazy.
Swear.
Dude, I love it. We're so confident to the point where we're delusional.
I was just gonna say that. Jamaicans are confident, but also delusional.
Listen, it's a superpower.
It is. That's why it's called. There's a trend called being delulu. Just be delusional so you achieve your goals.
I'm telling you,
it works.
Welcome back. Jamaican culture has had a massive influence in the black community around the world. That's for sure. Jamaican culture has have that impact for several reasons. There are reggae music, Marcus Garvey, Rastafarianism. A lot of things have made Jamaica to be on the map when we talk about black communities, and we respect that as black communities. I've seen even some of black Americans, they respect that. Now, but there is a way you can pass this message that we are great, that can cause what we call diaspora war. And every day we are trying to end this diaspora war. So we can be great, but we can present it in a way that pleases God. You can do sin in a way that pleases God. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? For example, you see someone has maybe someone riding a bike, then he falls, and then you the way he falls down, you laugh. But you laugh in a way that pleases God. You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans are one of the most influential among us black community. But there's a way we can pass this message in a way that does not provoke other black people. The lady that she talked there, I think the way she presented it, some people felt bad. And I decided to do this video because I saw comments on her, and these comments were not so much pleasing because some of the comments were from Africans and others were from black Americans, some from black from UK. They were saying that one comment caught my eyes, and one person said that Jamaicans, you think you are great. You think you are the only black people. That is why I decided to do this video so that we can educate ourselves both. Now, reason number one, we have to agree Jamaican culture has a massive impact in the black community. When you talk about the Jamaican culture, we talk about music. We talk about reggae and music culture. Bob Marley and reggae music made Jamaica a cultural powerhouse. The message of resistance, black pride, and unity resonated deeply with oppressed community globally. And a lot of Jamaicans have been vocal talking about the motherland. A lot of Jamaicans have been very vocal appreciating Africa, accepting Africa as the motherland. And like even Africans themselves, because once an African has gone to America, for example, he or she has become African in diaspora. He forgets his motherland or her motherland. But Jamaicans, some of them have never stepped their foot here in the motherland, but they are so vocal on that. Now, from reggae, it came dancehall, dub, and even influences in hip-hop Early pioneers like DJ Kool Herc were Jamaican born. Jamaican patois, beats, and slang are heard in music scenes from New York City to Lagos to London, you know? So even the Jamaican slang is being used across the world. So they are influential. They are more impactful to the black community. They speak volumes. We know that. And Marcus Garvey and the Pan-Africanism rhetoric, it was large, it was huge, because Garvey is like a Jamaican national hero and was major in early 20th century voice for black empowerment and unity across the African diaspora. Marcus Garvey spoke for all black people, African Americans, Jamaicans, and Africans, all Africans across the world. His ideas inspired the civil rights movement in the US, African liberation struggles, and even Rastafarianism. So the civil rights movement in the US, Marcus Garvey initiated or ignited the fire that brought the civil rights movements in US. So we appreciate what Jamaicans are doing, and we appreciate how they have been so much impactful to the society, and we know that. But one thing for sure is that we cannot use that to ignite wars between black people. We have to use that to unite black people and say this: if this Jamaican did this and it impacted all black people, we can do it as black people. We have to use this impactful, we have to use this influence of Jamaican, we have to use this, the Jamaican influence to unite the black people. Because I believe when Jamaicans say we unite as black people, a lot of people will hear that message. When a Jamaican, for example, Vibes Cartel make a music and say African unite, 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 Black American unite, unite, it will reach a lot of people, because a lot of black people, a lot of Africans, a lot of Black Americans, and a lot of black people in the world are listening to Jamaican music. When a Jamaican marathon runner wear a t-shirt saying let's unite as black people, the message will be home. The message will be home. Because each and everyone is watching Jamaicans while they are winning these medals. We as Jamaicans can use our platform to make an impact, which is positive impact. Jamaicans can use the music culture to make an impact. Jamaican can use the Rastafarianism to make an impact. For example, Jamaicans were part of early black migration to the UK, Canada, and the US, contributing richly to the urban culture, language, food, fashion, and attitude. When you talk about attitude, Jamaican attitude, I love them attitude. I love them attitude. The pride and raw culture expression has shaped black identity. I remember back then, Africans were here, like in Kenya. Even right now, you find some peers, some youths trying to copy the Jamaican expressions, Jamaican culture, and etc. So I love it. I may say this: Jamaican can be the medium or the mediators of unity between black community. Jamaica can be the people who will ignite the fire of unity. Jamaica can be the black people who can initiate unity between African and black community at large. We have to use our influence as Jamaicans to send the message home. Let's use the influence as Jamaicans to make sure the message is home. Let's not use our influence to make more and more disunity, to make more and more loopholes and cracks between ourselves, because that will just injure us as black people. We understand. I know. I cannot deny. If you deny that the language and swagger of Jamaicans has no influence, tell me in the comment section. If you are denying that the Jamaican patois or patois is not amongst everyone, tell me in the comment section, because personally I believe. So I believe Jamaicans are on the better side of initiating peace between black people. I believe Jamaicans are in the better side talking about unity. I believe Jamaican musicians are in the better side uniting black communities. I believe that. I believe that. Do you believe me? Do you believe me? If you believe me, tell me in the comment section, because that's the message I want to pass home. I saw that video, and what made me do that video is the comment section, because people think how this lady was trying to pass the message home is somehow unprofessional. But personally, I think black people need to understand where we need to switch on and switch off the light so that we can be great. And we can use those people who are influential. We can use those black people or black community who they are more influential to the world. We can use the Jamaicans on our aid. Now, Nigerians are so much influential in Africa. We can use Nigeria because even black Americans listen to the Nigerian music. Jamaicans listen to the Nigerian music. We can use Nigerians to bring people together. I speak unity. I speak Pan-Africanism. I speak the unity of black people because I have seen future what unity can do for us. We can use that. We can use influential black Americans to pass the message. We have more and more influential black Americans. They are hip hop. But personally, I see black Americans, someone like, is it Jay-Z? Or there's one guy here, she's a musician. He is a musician. He said, he doesn't believe that they come from Africa. He does not believe in Black Lives Matters. What is his name? He was an ally of Donald Trump. And he liked to wear weird things on on public. Is his name. I don't know the other name, but he called himself. We don't want to have most influential black Americans or black people acting like disgrading the black community, going against what the black community want. I don't know, because it was making some people somewhere happy. I don't know. But I think Jamaicans can help us on this. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Do you think Jamaicans are the most influential? And yes, they are. Do you think they can help us in the unity circle? Yes, they can. Tell me in the comment section what you think. Until next episode, peace out.